So I've been having a ton of trouble with pests in this garden.
Hi Daddy, how are you?
Mainly with squirrels, who are getting into everything. I mean, my herbs, my potatoes,
was pulled out of my raised garden bed.
my carrots.
I picked this up to see if my onions germinate. He's in here too. And he tried to get into my pepper pot.
They've been stealing our strawberries for weeks. They straight up treat this garden like a jungle gym filled with treats for them. And I've had it. I'm done. All right, I'm going to do everything possible to try and keep them out of this garden, starting with eggshells. I've heard that eggshells keep away many different types of pests, including squirrels. So I'm gonna go ahead and spread these everywhere, and we're gonna see if it works. And the cool part too is that the eggshells actually contain things which are good for the ground. So it's not gonna harm the animals, it's not gonna harm the ground. I thought this was a good first way to try. And you know, the thing about squirrels is that if you're not going to cover the crops, literally cover the whole thing in a barrier, there's like no way to keep them out. I mean, I have this fence up which could keep bigger things out, but like the squirrels can just climb up, climb around, do a bunch of acrobatics. They'll find their way in one way or another. And I'm just not about to cover all of this in netting. I'm totally setting the squirrel up right now.
I gotta admit, it was pretty frustrating when the very next day, it wasn't even squirrels but birds just devouring my strawberries. And clearly the eggshells were not bothering them at all. Now over the next few days, it did seem like the squirrels were a bit confused. Just a little uncomfortable, didn't really know what to do with it, but they kept coming back. And while I actually never got any shots of them pulling any more carrots, which does kind of seem like a win, I can't say the same for the potatoes. You know, the thing about how the eggshells are supposed to repel them is that squirrels are scavengers and they don't like the way the eggshells sort of feel on the surface. But as you can see here, he's just picking up taters anyways and eating them. It doesn't really seem to bother him. I will say, for my herb box, which is this Vago Garden Easy Cube planter, I have a video on this, I never saw them come back to it. All this said, did this work? I'm gonna say no. This did not appear to be an effective way to keep squirrels and birds off of my plants. And what I ended up doing was getting a different raised garden bed. This one's by Veggie Pod. I'm going to do a review video on them, but they have this really large cover that has a sprayer on the inside. This is also self-watering. And basically I started using a cover for these crops for the first time, and the truth is, it worked beautifully. Even just a few weeks later, we had big, ripe, beautiful strawberries, and the whole family got to eat and enjoy them in a way we haven't before. So in the end, if you're not willing to harm an animal or capture and relocate them, it really appears that having a cover over those special crops like your strawberries, really all berries, is the best way to go.